Jurassic Park franchise, created by Michael Crichton, is one of the most loved science fiction movies ever made. It tells the story of a theme park that features cloned dinosaurs. In the movie, the main character, Alan Grant, was a paleontologist who was invited to the park and was supposed to give his opinion about its safety before it opened to the public. However, due to some negligence, the park's security system was sabotaged and the dinosaurs broke free from their enclosures, causing havoc for the people in the park. But among all these ferocious creatures, there was one that stood out above all. Tyrannosaurus rex, or the T-Rex for short. T-Rex was by far the most terrifying dinosaur in Jurassic Park and possibly in the entire history of Earth. Its name means Tyrant Lizard King. And when you look at this creature, you can understand why it earned that name. This carnivore was the largest of its kind that ever lived and had an extremely aggressive nature. There are many scenes in the movie that feature the T-Rex attacking anything that got in its way, including humans. One of my favorite ones is the scene where it attacks and destroys the car that the characters were traveling in. That scene really shows how powerful this dinosaur was. But despite how terrifying this monster was, scientists have found fossils that suggest it might not have been such a ruthless predator after all. So let's find out more in today's episode only on our channel. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we will be talking about the crazy battle between the T-Rex dinosaur and other dinosaurs. We will also talk about its hunting and mating habits, so make sure you watch the video till the end. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any new episodes. Tyrannosaurus rex, a resident of the late Cretaceous. Tyrannosaurus rex is one of the most famous meat eaters of all time. The name Tyrannosaurus rex comes from the Greek words tyrannus, meaning tyrant, and Latin rex, meaning king. So Tyrannosaurus rex means king, the tyrant lizards. The species named Tyrannosaurus rex was first described by O.C. Marsh in 1905. The specimen, now known as Scotty, was discovered in Montana in 2009 and is the largest, most complete, and best preserved Tyrannosaurus skeleton in the world. At 13 meters long and 4 meters tall, Scotty weighs 8.8 tons and has 380 bones. So clearly, this dino was a real giant. As I said earlier, Tyrannosaurus rex was a carnivore. In fact, it was one of the biggest and most fearsome carnivores during the late Cretaceous subperiod. Its preferred food included Triceratops, which was a herbivorous dinosaur that lived alongside the T-Rex. It could also digest bones thanks to a sophisticated digestive system that contained 3 stomachs. The first stomach stores food, while the last 2 grind it up and absorb nutrients. This meant that almost nothing went to waste and ensured that the T-Rex absorbed maximum nutrition from its prey. This also gave them a slight advantage over other predators. If they couldn't eat the prey because it was too bony, then another hungry predator would come along and steal their food. So eating bones probably helped to ensure that the T-Rex could satisfy their hunger without having to share their meal. The size of this predator is truly mind-boggling. It was around 12 meters long, 4 meters tall, and weighed approximately 7,000 kilograms. To put it into perspective, that is the size of a double-decker bus. With such huge dimensions, the T-Rex was undoubtedly the largest terrestrial predator that ever existed. And if you think that it was slow and sluggish, like most big animals, then think again. Scientists have estimated that the T-Rex could run at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. They arrived at this conclusion by studying the hip structure of the dinosaur and comparing it to modern birds. So what do you think? Are you scared yet? Because if I were you, I would be. But surprisingly, some adults showed no signs of fear when they saw the T-Rex for the first time. Instead, they showed a strange behavior. What was that? Well, just like other dinosaurs, the T-Rex also grew from an egg. Paleontologists found a fossilized embryo inside a dinosaur egg in China in 2001. Surprisingly, the embryo was well preserved and even had a tiny skull. By studying the embryo, scientists were able to learn more about the growth stages of this ferocious animal. Interestingly, the study also revealed that babies of this dinosaur were not as big as adults. In fact, they were quite small. An adult was about 65 times larger than its baby. Now this is very similar to the growth pattern of modern birds. So it seems that the babies of this dinosaur were no match for its gigantic parents. Now let's find out how this giant terrorized other dinosaurs. When a male T-Rex wanted to mate with a female, it would approach her and gently hold her with its mouth until she turned around. Sounds romantic, right? Well, unfortunately, the female didn't seem to enjoy it as much as the male did because she responded by biting him in the tail. Don't worry though, because the bite didn't seem to bother the male much. After mating, the female would give birth to her children after a gestation period of around 2 years. A clutch of eggs consisted of around 24 oval-shaped eggs that measured about 6 inches long. Just like birds, the mother would sit on the eggs to keep them warm until they hatched. How nice of her. But the life of a baby T-Rex was not easy. Even though their parents took care of them, other predators would often try to kill and eat the young ones. So the baby T-Rexes had to fight back. According to fossil evidence, these little guys were born with sharp teeth and claws that they used to defend themselves.